bearing in mind that some people may be joining from different cultures and climes. So let's avoid remarks on politics, religion, or sex. Let's just keep our interactions positive and sensitive. But last but not the least, please know that this meeting is being recorded and is also being live streamed on YouTube and Facebook. And the medium may be used for promotional purposes. Next, I'll recite the Nigerian National Pledge and the Toastmasters Promise. If the Zoom master, trophy master can be so kind to please share it. I'll recite it on behalf of everyone while we just go along with it. Thank you, Zoom master. I need to, okay. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity and uphold our glory, our honor and glory. So help me God. Thank you. Let's have the Toastmasters Promise. A Toastmasters Promise. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, Merit Toastmasters Club, I promise to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all of my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so they can see the benefits Toastmasters membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters education and recognition programs, to act within Toastmasters core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activities. So help me God. Thank you, Mr. Zoom Master. Now I move to the most pleasant and interesting part of my duty, which is to introduce our club presidents. Our new DTM, Kubi Uyanga, who is an exemplary leader, a guide and mentor to many Toastmasters. Toastmaster Kubi Uyanga DTM is a writer and communications consultant. He has joined Aso Rock Toastmasters, Uyo Premier Speakers Toastmasters, and Merit Toastmasters since becoming a Toastmaster in 2013. He is the immediate past General Secretary of Merit Toastmasters Club and is the incumbent president of Merit Toastmasters Club and Division F Club Growth Director too. Please make welcome our pleasant and pleasurable, hardworking, and charming president of Toastmasters Club, Mr. Kubi Uyanga, DTM.
Thank you. Thank you very much, our ebullient Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Fumi Omotosho. Good evening and Happy New Year to everybody. I'm very glad to meet all of you again at this very first meeting of Merit Toastmasters Club in the year 2022. I'm sure it's going to be a great year filled with exploits for all of us. I also extend my warm welcome to everyone joining us online, on YouTube and on Facebook. Welcome to Merit Toastmasters Club, and we are having our regular meeting over the next 2 hours. Please stay with us. I welcome every guest who has joined us today. You will have a chance to meet us and share a few words. But right now, what you can do if you're a guest on the call, just drop a G for us in the chat box so that we know that you are here and will engage you adequately. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme of today's meeting is Don't Stop Believing. I would like to start with a few questions. To everyone, you don't have to answer the question, but have you ever failed an interview because you performed woefully? Have you ever lost the chance for meaningful connection because you were unable to strike conversation? Have you ever messed up a presentation because the jitters got the better of you? Have you ever failed in many things despite the wish to have succeeded in those things? The truth is, most achievers of notes have those same things if you had answered yes to any of those questions. The truth is, the road to success, lasting success, is beleaguered with stumbling blocks and literally potholes. So, how do I bring this home to you? If you know Steven Spielberg, one of the most celebrated and actually the most commercially Hollywood film directors, he applied to film school at least thrice and failed to gain admission. This same gentleman dropped out of high school, but he continued and became the most celebrated Hollywood filmmaker. Orville and Wilbur Wright, they had so many failures before they eventually launched that first successful aeroplane flight. Or you want to talk about Muhammad Ali? There is one time that Muhammad Ali took 376th position in a class of 391. He failed many times in class, but he continued and has become the greatest boxing legend we've ever known in the world. So now there's a common thread through all of these men. Despite the fact that they had several failures, they continued. Why did they continue? They continued because they did not stop believing in themselves. But there's one thing you want to remember, that though they continued, they always modified their plans. For example, someone like Muhammad Ali, he failed in class academically, but he didn't stop believing. He continued and he modified his strategy and ended up as a boxing legend. That's the same thing I charge each and every one of us today. There are many failures that we have encountered and there are more to come. But if we continue, if we do not stop believing, and if we tweak our plans as we go along, we will definitely win at the end of the day. Now, I'd like to step aside and invite the wonderful lady who is going to host this meeting today. The lady is none other than the ebullient Toastmaster known as Adenike Kolawole. She is an entrepreneur. She joined Delta Africa Toastmasters in 2018 and is the incumbent vice president education of that club. She loves learning new things and interacting with people. And interestingly enough, she's married with children. Please make very welcome the club growth director for Division K of Toastmasters International and our Toastmaster for this meeting, the one and only, the ebullient Toastmaster Adenike Kolawole.
Thank you so much for that warm introduction. Thank you so much. Today, I will be your Toastmaster of the day. I shall be chaperoning this meeting to make sure all is done in a copacetic manner. So without further ado, I'd like to tell you briefly what we're going to have today. Today's meeting is first of its kind. This is the first meeting this year. I'd like to wish everyone a happy new year. You're all welcome to today's meeting. So today's meeting is going to be exciting and educational. We're going to have 3 segments. We'll have the educational segments wherein the prepared speeches will be given. We have 3 speeches today. And then we'll proceed to the evaluation segment. And after that, we're going to have the club business deliberations. That's an unusual one. We're not going to have table topics. So we're going to have club business deliberations. I don't want us to leave before the end of the meeting. I want us to be patient today and listen attentively. You're going to learn a lot of things. And I want you to participate in the last segment. I want us to be patient today. I really do. So please wait till the end of the meeting and let's enjoy this meeting together. Without wasting your time, I'd like to offer us a brief interlude. We are going to be listening to the joke master, an unusual lady. Her name is Toastmaster Fumi Omotosho. She's an entrepreneur and a behavioral coach who has a master's degree in business administration. She speaks on personal traits, emotional intelligence, and such. She is the Sergeant at Arms of Merit Toastmasters Club. So please listen to her and make sure you laugh. Over to you, Toastmaster Fumi.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Joke Corner. So I would like everyone to please put on your videos and unmute your mics because this session is very interactive. I want to see your beautiful faces. Please unmute your microphones because you are going to speak with me. You are going to talk to me. Okay. So everybody, let's go. Everybody say, hey, 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 hey. Okay, let me tell you the story. I used to work as a marketer, and there's this beautiful restaurant with beautiful ambience where I used to go and relax, maybe take a bottle of Coke or a cup of water or something when I go to the restaurant. So because I know that the restaurant is high-end and one day I went there and there was this white man, Onyibo, you know Onyibo? Onyibo was sitting in one corner and they brought his food. After finishing his meal, he just shouted, hey! I said, this is Onyibo shouting, hey! Then there's something must be about that meal. The meal must be a special one. So I ordered the meal. It was a full roasted chicken. I've never tasted anything so delicious. And a bottle of exotic wine. And afterwards, I asked for my bill. By the time I saw the bill, Onyibo shouted, hey. I shouted, hey, 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 hey. Ever since when I remember that time, I paid through my nose for the bill. I normally shout, hey, 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 hey. Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much, TM Fumi. Thank you for that brief interlude. Anytime I hear that phrase now, that sound, hey, I think I will remember not to order a drink just because somebody else drinks. I would ask for the price first. Thank you so much. Now we're proceeding, and the next person that will come onto the lectern is the general evaluator to bring his or her team forward. The general evaluator is Lucy Chima, and Lucy Chima is a retired businesswoman and a fabled grandmother. She's a committed member of Merit Toastmasters who has earned the Competent Communication Award. Please welcome with me TM Chima to the invisible lectern to bring her team forward. Over to you, TM Chima.
Thank you so kindly, Madam Toastmaster. Evaluation is the breakfast for champions. As a general evaluator for this meeting, I will be evaluating the generality of this meeting's proceedings. Like you are aware, no man is an island. So I'm not going to do this alone. I have a team of competent, irreparable team to work with me, role players to work with me, so that they assist me in the work I'm going to do. I would like to introduce them one by one, and I would like them to come one at a time and explain their roles. First on my list is the timekeeper, Fumi Omotosho. Please come to the left and explain your role. TM Fumi Omotosho.
Thank you very much, Madam General Evaluator. Today, I'm going to be playing the role of timekeeper. I'm going to help us to manage our time very well. And I'm going to also assess us how we fared in the management of our time. A proverb says that time and tide waits for no one. So it would be nice if everyone on call today should make sure that they keep to the time allotted to them. For the prepared speeches in the educational segments, we have two categories of speeches. Two speakers are going to be speaking for 5 to 7 minutes, while another speaker will be speaking for 3 to 4 minutes. For the speakers that are speaking for 5 to 7 minutes, at 5 minutes, I'm going to flash the green card. This is the green card. I'm going to be flashing the green card at 5 minutes. For the speaker speaking for 3 to 4 minutes, at 3 minutes, I'm going to flash the green card. So for the speakers speaking for 5 to 7 minutes, by 6 minutes, I'm going to flash the yellow card. Then when at 7 minutes, I'm going to flash the red card. So, and they have, at that point, they have a time grace of 30 seconds to round off their presentation. So for the speaker that will be speaking for 3 to 4 minutes, at 3 minutes, I'm going to flash the green card. At 3 minutes, 30 seconds, I'm going to flash the yellow card. At 3 minutes, 30 seconds, I'm going to flash the yellow card. And at 4 minutes, I'm going to flash the red card. And the speaker also has 30 seconds to round off her presentation. For the evaluation segments, the evaluators have 2 to 3 minutes to give their evaluation. At 2 minutes, I'm going to flash the green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I'm going to flash the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'm going to flash the red card. And each evaluator has 30 seconds to round off their presentation, their evaluation session. I'd like everyone to please respect the time today as we move on. Thank you very much, the General Evaluator.
Thank you, the timer. Second in my list is an accountant, Wasiu Adeyemi. please come forward and tell the audience your role.
Madam General Evaluator, it manifestly appears that Toastmaster Wasiu Adeyemi has fascinating challenges with his internet connectivity. On account of that, I'm going to step into the breach. Ladies and gentlemen, the R counter is tasked with the responsibility of monitoring in a fastidious manner the number of times speakers will utilize what is known in the world of communication research as speech disfluencies, over the course of the meeting. I will therefore encourage speakers to avoid niche or downrank the impact of our message. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so kindly. Ted is a grammarian. TM Elizabeth Disu is unavoidably absent. So the VPE, Greg, would be standing in for her. Over to you, VPE, Greg.
Madam General Evaluator, thank you most graciously. The Toastmasters Competence Communication Manual stated with unflinching clarity that good grammar and proper pronunciation give us credibility as speakers. In that connection, my responsibilities as a grammarian are, first, I would listen for and point out the artistically elegant use of grammatical structures, poetic devices, idiomatic expressions, and whatnot. Secondly, I would listen for and script of contemporary standard English protocol. Last but not least, I will provide the word of the day, because words are the currency of communication. Ladies and gentlemen, the word is an adjective. It is irrepressible, which means not able to be restrained. For instance, he has an irrepressible desire to improve. The synonyms are resilient, determined, undying. I would encourage everyone to utilize the word of the day. I will be back to provide my report during the evaluation portion of the meeting. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. The last but not the least is the quiz master, TM Bao Adimu Adaobi. The lesson is yours to explain your role.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Good day, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. An author, Ruth Metzinger, said, and I quote, "The difference between hearing and listening is paying attention." In the light of this, my role as the quiz master is to encourage everyone to listen attentively during the meeting, and I shall ask questions at the end of the meeting, to confirm your attentiveness. I hope we all have a great time listening. Thank you so much. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. At the end of these speech segments, my team and I will come back to give you our reports. The Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator, for your detailed work. We're going to go now to the prepared speech section. And I'd like to give the name of the first speaker. Our first speaker today will be TM Ebu. TM Ebu is going to be evaluated by TM Abayomi Ayeshimoju. I hope I got that name pronunciation correctly. I'm determined to do all I can to make this meeting very copacetic. TM Abayomi is a neurologist and a health consultant. He's the charter president of Merit Toastmasters. TM Ayeshimoju, before you give the details of the speech by TM Ebu, I'd like to say that the speech is a second project, project 2, level 3, and she will be speaking on the motivational strategies pathway. I'm handing over now to TM Ayeshimoju to give us the details and objectives of the speech. TM Abayomi, over to you. DTM, my pardon. DTM, how could I forget? I am so sorry. DTM Abayomi Ayeshimoju.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the day. From the information I have with me, Toastmaster Ebu Dalmeda will be speaking in the project using presentation software. Using presentation software. And the purpose of this project is for her to introduce or review basic software strategies for creating and using slides to support or enhance a speech. And the specific purpose of speech is for the member to demonstrate her understanding of how to use presentation software, including creation of slides and incorporating this technology into the speech. I shall therefore be looking out in particular for the design of her slides, the clarity of the slides, the legibility of the slides. Of course, very importantly, I shall be on the lookout for the effectiveness of the slides, how they enhance our presentation. And this being a speech at a club meeting, of course, I shall also be on the lookout for all other modalities of a good speech. The title of her speech is New Beginnings. She has 5 to 7 minutes for this. And I think we can look forward to a beautiful session from this irrepressible Toastmaster who has all our good wishes. Thank you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much, DTM, for your irrepressible ability to express yourself and give details of the speech. Thank you so much. TM Ebon is the Vice President membership of Merit Toastmasters Club. She is fondly called Dr. Love, and she's passionate about all-round wellness. The topic or title of her speech is New Beginnings. TM Ebon, you have the lecture.
distinguished Toastmasters. Good afternoon, dear Toastmasters, and our very beautiful and awesome guests. My name is Ebuda Almida, and today I'll be sharing with you some tips that I believe may help you on your journey to have 2022 become your best year to date. Now, how are we going to do that? Areas in our lives that perhaps we would like to improve on, perhaps we would like to, have a more fulfilling part of our life. So it can be your personal it can be your personal growth, it can be relationships, it can be health, it can be spiritual goals, it can be financial goals. Now, I'm sure when we all started this year, many of us started with new year, new me, new year resolutions. But I dare say that there's quite a number of us that have not or have already stopped sticking to our resolutions. Now, did you know that a staggering 92% of people that set their new year resolutions do not actually achieve them? Now, I'm sure I can raise up my hand, or how many of us here have fallen into that boat before? This actually was a study carried out in the University of Scranton. So if you've ever found yourself, not achieving your goals certain times, don't worry, you're not alone. Now, I'm sure, like I said, we all hear new year, new me. But then what was the 8% that achieved their goals? What did they do? Now, one quick tip that I would like to share with you tonight is that writing your goals down. Now, did you know that you are 42% likely to achieve your goals if only you took the simple step of just writing your goals clearly on paper? Now, why does writing your goals daily help? It helps improve your focus, improves cognitive skills, it improves clarity, and of course, improves creativity. Now, I've often found myself in quite some times when I'm in a dilemma of trying to make a decision. Sometimes just taking pen and paper, writing pros and cons, just helps you clarify goals or decisions. Now, I would dare like to call everybody here on this call captains, because guess what? I believe we are all captains of our destiny, driving or sailing to a particular destination. But the question is, if you look at this beautiful liner, and I'm sure for some people, they've probably gone on a cruise ship at one point or the other, or some of us are actually aspiring to do so. But then you can imagine how expensive this yacht can be. You can imagine how it's laden with lots of people, lots of skills, lots of talents, lots of resources. But then I would like that to apply to us. We are the captains of our ship. Now that ship is bearing lots of talents and skills and abilities. How best are we taking or sailing this ship to the desired destination or to achieving our purpose? So a goal without a plan is just a wish. Now, some of us, like I said, like to say, and I've also fallen into that boat before, of just having a goal. I want to do this, I want to do that. But there's no real clear-cut plan. So what are your goals? Are the financial goals? Are the relationship goals? Are the health? Are the personal development goals? Now, another quick tip of helping us achieve our goals is by making SMART goals. When we talk about SMART goals, we say specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Now, from some of us, again, we like to say, this year, I'm going to lose weight. But then that's not a SMART goal. SMART goal will be taking stock of what your body type is and telling yourself how many kilos would you like to shed, and then having a time frame. Is it on your birthday? Is it whenever? But having a set time frame. So one other area would be and having an outcome. Some of us like to have goals, but then there's no real desire to achieve that goal because we've not actually written it down. How do we want to achieve that goal? When do we want to achieve that goal? Who is going to help us achieve that goal? And what steps do we have to take? Do we need to have an accountability partner that will drive us in that direction? Now, if you look around you, for some of us that want to, there are lots of gyms around. Perhaps you want to join people, or what we call love, using the law of homogeneity. People, like-minded people, achieving similar goals to help you pull you along the particular goal you desire. So what do you need? You all definitely need just a simple journal and a notebook and a pen that you write your daily activities. Now, some of us what are the things that affect us from not achieving our goals? Some of us stay on this island of procrastination. A lot of us spend time in the social media forest, just wasting time. And this, of course, is how some of us spend time. Now, there's what we call time vampires, which some of us are not taking cognizance of. So some people would pick your brain. Some people would just draw you to their own activities. And so I just find that you've lost all the time you've decided to spend on achieving your goals. Now I'm going to take us with this quote by John C. Maxwell, which says, "You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret to your success is found in your daily routine." So of course, there's different routines you can take that applies to you that can help you with your goals. Another last tip I would like to share is taking a quarterly goals. What can we achieve together from between now and March? Let's leave December 31st. What can we achieve between now and March 31st? That is a goal that perhaps we want to look at. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say that all of us here are definitely carry, like I said, lots of skills, lots of talents, and the world cannot but wait to see all that beauty, all that talent come out within. And here is wishing you beautiful new beginnings and making sure that you achieve your best goals to date. The Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you so much, TM Ebo. I wrote down a lot of things. I did promise you a very exciting and educational meeting today. I hope you're writing as I am writing. Setting the time frame for our goals, setting realistic goals. What steps are you taking to achieve your goals? Beware of time vampires. Wonderful. I call them time wasters. And then you will never change your life until you change what you do daily. Amazing. Well done, TMM. Well done. I'm almost getting carried away and becoming your evaluator. Thank you so much for that lovely speech. We're going quickly to the next speaker. Our next speaker is TM Funola Ifebogun. Ifebogun. I got that right. And she will be evaluated by DTM Rashida Salih Bello, RSB. I love that abbreviation. DTM RSB is a past president of the Mary Toastmasters Club and the immediate past president of Tutors and Trainers Toastmasters Club. I will ask you to please give us the speech details of TM Funlola's speech. I know she's speaking on level 3, project 2, and on the presentation mastery part. Please give us the other details. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Ladies and gentlemen, Toastmasters and guests, this irrepressible lady is giving us first speech, a level 3 speech, and it should amuse you and amaze you to see that she is delivering the first speech of the social speeches series. For this speech, there is not much she's expected to do except to appeal to listening in such a way as to make us feel that she understands quite clearly all the usual tricks of giving a very resounding speech. So I'll, in essence, be watching out for things like vocal variety, audience engagement. I'll be looking out for how she is able to inflect her voice and all of that. She has just 3 to 4 minutes, by the way, and I wish her the best of luck. Back to you, the Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you so much for that lovely explanation of our objectives. I'd like to crave your indulgence before I bring on TM Funlola. I was supposed to urge us to spend like 30 seconds to send love notes to the last speaker. Please send chats to TM Ebu, telling her how she did, give her feedback. In Toastmasters, we always say feedback is the breakfast of champions. So please tell her how she fared, what she did wrong or what she did right before you forget the speech. Now I'm going to introduce the next speaker. TM Olufunlola Ifebugu is a pioneer interior decor and designer. She has a flair for sharing knowledge. Funlola has a creative and multidimensional mind, which we are going to see that in her speech, I'm sure. Her speech title is Toast to a New Beginning. I expect you to speak with unrepressed passion, irrepressible passion. Please, TM Funlola, take it away. Over to you. You have the lectern. TM Funlola, you have the lectern to present your speech. Toast to a New Beginning.
Right, Adenike, it would appear that she's having challenges with her internet connection. You can move on to the next speaker.
Okay, then we'll do that. The next speaker is TM Craig Eshowade, and he will be evaluated by another DTM. Today's evaluation is by DTMs. Wonderful. DTM Monisola Ayeshimoju. She is a health and wellness consultant. She is the immediate past president of Merit Toastmasters, and she has served as a director for Area 19. TM Monisola, please give us the speech details of TM Craig. I believe he's speaking. Okay, go ahead, please.
The Toastmaster, our irrepressible speaker, my club champion, shall be speaking today on the learning part, presentation mastery level 3. His project is Connect with Storytelling. This member is to use a story within a speech, or to give a speech that is a story. That is the objective of the speaker, the Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, DTM. I bring to you an irrepressible champion. TM Craig Eshowade is an English doctor who helps children and professionals to achieve proficiency in the use of English language. He is the current Vice President of Education of Merit Toastmasters Club. He's the reigning District 94 International Speech Evaluation Champion. He's speaking from the Presentation Mastery Pathway. Speech title is Be a Meaningful Specific. TM Eshowade, break a leg.
Each time the name is mentioned, something comes to one of his insightful quotations springs to mind. Don't be a wandering generality, be a meaningful specific. With Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, friends and guests, In 2010, I was employed to host a television program called Spectrum on Galaxy Television. My job responsibility was to traverse all of the universities in Nigeria to interview professors on issues revolving around breaking news, current affairs, and social problems. It was going to be a daunting task. Nevertheless, I felt impelled to embrace the opportunity because I felt that it would provide the linchpin for me to gain practical real-world experience, as well as garner insights into the mechanics of academic vocabulary. Most fundamentally, I felt that it would provide an irrepressible linchpin for me to enhance my pursuit of knowledge. My first interview was with Aki Oyebode, a distinguished professor of international law and jurisprudence, University of Lagos, who had served with irrepressible exuberance and unimpeachable distinction as the pioneer vice chancellor of the University of Ado-Ekiti. On the day of the interview, there I was with my cameraman in his office, spacious, air-conditioned, and as you would expect, strewn with books. Fellow Toastmasters friends and guests, the interview or the dialogue started. After 2 questions, I was impressed with his response. He was able to demonstrate the immensity of his intelligence and the enormity of his eloquence. Suddenly, as he was on the verge of responding to my final question, the lights went out. My cameraman stopped the recording, and there was a moment of silence. The professor looked at me and said, oh, Craig, don't worry. The power supply would be restored soon. To which I responded, oh, that's all right, Professor. At this juncture, I felt the inclination to share with him how impressed I was with his response to my first 2 questions. Sir, you are such an intelligent professor. Ladies and gentlemen, the response I got from him left me dismayed, distressed, and discombobulated. He replied with tremendous sense of indignation. Pray, that is an insult. How dare you describe me as an intelligent professor? I became a professor in 1991, and I have been lecturing for close to 30 years. How dare you, Craig? I was left inarticulate with bewilderment. His voice sent shivers down my spine. Nevertheless, my spirit of curiosity remained irrepressible. I shivered and I said, oh, I'm terribly sorry. Professor, what word could I have used to describe the immensity of your intelligence? He looked at me and then he said, oh, great. I see that you are willing to learn and improve your vocabulary. Next time, you can use the word bright. Fellow Toastmasters, friends and guests, have you ever complimented someone and instead of a thank you, what you received was indignation, anger, infuriation, irritation? Think about that. When I left his office, I began to think and reflect about what had happened. And you know something? The words of Zig Ziglar came to my consciousness again. Don't be a wandering generality, be a meaningful specific. This means that as speakers, it is much better for us to be specific than for us to be generic. This is crucial because while communication is the currency of life, ladies and gentlemen, words are the currency of communication. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Don't be a wandering generality, but a meaningful specific. Our irrepressible champion, you have a knack for creating pictures with your words. I was transformed. And in fact, I think I was almost in that room with you in my mind as you were speaking. Fantastic. Thank you so much for that speech. I wonder if the next speaker is available. The second speaker, is she available now? TM Funlola, are you in the room? Is TM Funlola in the room, please?
All right, so, Madam Toastmaster, she's not on the call now. Please let's move on to the
chat.
To the timekeeper's report and the voting.
Okay, let's send chats to
she's not
the
on
last
the call.
speaker. Okay, let's send chats to the last speaker. Let's commend and recommend quickly, and then the timekeeper please tell us how they fared with time, if they are qualified to be voted for. Timekeeper, please.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster of the day. The two speakers, Toastmaster Ebudamelda and Toastmaster Craig Esowode, managed the time allotted to them very well. Toastmaster Ebudamelda spoke for 6 minutes and 42 seconds, while Toastmaster Craig Esowode spoke for 6 minutes, 48 seconds. Both are qualified to be voted for.
Can I please invite the poll master to launch the poll so that voting can start? So that we can go to the next segments, the evaluation segments. Can we launch the poll for the votes?
Thank you.
And I believe, thank you.
Toastmaster of the day. Unfortunately, we can't be launching the polls due to technical challenges that I have been facing, but you can privately send who you feel is the better speaker out of the speakers to me, please. Who you feel is the better speaker, just privately send the message to the trophy master or Zoom master. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that, Zoom master. I believe it's time to hand over to the general evaluator for the evaluation segment of the meeting. I'd like to hand over the lectern to TM Lucy Chima, please. Our irrepressible general evaluator, TM Lucy Chima. Can you take charge?
Thank you so much. Yes. May I invite the evaluators to prepare speeches? First on the list is DTM Abayomi Ayeshimoju to evaluate Ebu Damelda.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator of the Day. I think you would agree with me that Toastmaster Ebu Damelda gave a very beautiful speech, a speech that is most appropriate for this time of the year, with the title New Beginnings and the subtitle Achieve Your Goals for 2022. And I went away, and I'm sure you also did, with very practical, excellent tips supported by statistics as to how to really achieve your goals. Tips like writing down your goals, planning the achievement of your goals, setting SMART goals, not only in the course of the year, but any goal she set for herself. Now, this speech had to do with the use of the slides. And I have a few comments to make about that. I was particularly struck by her first slide, which showed us very clearly the different areas of our lives that we may want to work on. I, however, kept waiting for the slide to change because the slide remained on the screen for so long, even when she had gone on to start speaking about other aspects of the speech. And then when she started speaking about other aspects, the changing of the slides were a little bit haphazard to me. And they were changed very quickly and not exactly corresponding to what she was saying. That notwithstanding, I found the slides using pictures, being colorful. The designs were creative. And Toastmaster Damelda was particularly comfortable and held our attention in the course of her speech. And indeed, she even managed to be interactive. All told, I would say that this was a potentially excellent speech, taking into consideration the observations I have made about the design and use of slides. And all I would tell Toastmaster Damelda is to take these observations on board and continue in her irrepressible way as a Toastmaster. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so kindly, sir. The next one should have been RSB evaluating Funlala, but unfortunately, Funlala is not around. So we go on to DTI Monishala Yeshimoju to evaluate VPE Greg.
The General Evaluator, Toastmasters and guests, join me in congratulating my English doctor, our club champion, for enthralling us with a speech. He chose the path of creating a story in a speech, and it took us back to his experience of many years. His speech was entitled, Be a Meaningful Specific. Our champion was to conduct a series of interviews, and he focused on his experience with this professor. He was eager to learn, to report, so much that he was to share with the world. His first challenge came as he was very much into the interview when power failed. He picked up himself, and the professor assured him that he was not to bother, and he dared to pass a comment which he thought was to be complimentary. Toastmasters and friends, what a lesson of life. Many times you try to commend, and the one we are commending took it the other way. You try to inspire, and the opposite was experienced. On this occasion, our champion experienced anger, infuriation, and he was lectured and advised on how he was choosing his work. Poor champion, still ready to please, he quickly learned and tried in his irrepressible manner to flow along and to do justice to what he had to do. He spoke to us very clearly. He picked words that gave us pictures of his experience. His body spoke. He used his hands to gesticulate. The delivery showed when it was that he was anxious and when it was that he was under trepidation. Our English doctor did justice to that project. For you and for me, I'm sure we can go away from this story by learning to focusing on that which we want to do, to be irrepressible in our attitude, not to be intimidated. And I'm sure that our English doctor will come back again to inspire us with other stories. The general evaluator.
Thank you so much, DTM Monishala Ayeshimodi. You left no stones unturned and dealt the evaluation so well. Now comes the evaluation of the role players, the functionaries, to provide our
point of order, please. Point of order, please. The timekeeper's report and then votes.
So the timekeeper has given a report before.
The report of the evaluators, timing of the evaluators, and then votes for the evaluators.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, ma'am. The two evaluators, Dr. Abayomi Ayeshimoju, DTM, and Mrs. Munisola Ayeshimoju, DTM, gave their evaluation on time. Dr. Abayomi Ayeshimoju gave his evaluation for the period of 3 minutes and 2 seconds, while Mrs. Munisola Ayeshimoju, DTM, gave her evaluation at 3 minutes, 3 seconds. So both of them are eligible to be voted for. Thank you very much. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you. May we call for votes? May we call for votes, please?
Ladies and gentlemen, as we have done before, kindly send the name of the evaluator you considered is the better evaluator, DTM Abayomi Ayeshimoju and Monisola Ayeshimoju, DTM. Thank you very much. Kindly send a private message to the trophy or Zoom master. The general evaluator.
Thank you. We now go on to the evaluation of the meeting. Now I call back my role players to give their reports. First, the accountant.
Madam General Evaluator, this is the first time I will attend a Toastmasters meeting with all the speakers going away with a clean bill of health. We were irrepressibly circumspect today with our words. To that extent, we did not use the pause fillers or the verbal clutches or speech disfluencies today. Congratulations to all the speakers. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Now we call on grammarian, who is still VPE Greg, to give us his report.
Madam General Evaluator, in regard to our use of language, today culminated in an irrepressible, magnificent display of linguistic bedazzlements. I'd like to submit to you that in regard to the word of the day, the following members had the strength of mind to utilize it. DTM Abayomi used it twice. The TMO, the Adedike, used it 4 times. DTM RSB used it once. DTM Monisola Ayeshimoju used it 3 times. And Emmanuel Ayeni in the chat box used it once. Well done to all the speakers who used the word of the day. In regards to our use of words, I'd like to commend Fumi Omotosho when she said pleasant and pleasurable. This is a type of alliteration known as non-immediate juxtaposition or non-consecutive alliteration, having the conjunction and separate pleasant from pleasurable. That's beautiful English. Secondly, I'd like to commend DTM Monisola Ayeshimoju when she used the word trepidation. This word entered the vocabulary of English during the reign of Queen Elizabeth I. Trepidation means apprehension, a feeling of fear. That is exquisite. That's an exquisite English word or lexical resource. In terms of recommendation, I'd like to mention that the word incumbent is vocalized as incumbent as opposed to incumbent, and then ebullient, incumbent. I love the way DTM Abayomi vocalized the word practical as opposed to practical. Then one Toastmaster said, raise up my hand. This is a contravention of grammatical range and accuracy. It ought to be raise my hand or put up my hand. Let me conclude my evaluation by calling attention to a particular phrase utilized by Toastmaster Ebun Damelda. This is beautiful rhetorical English. When she said, stay on this island of Ebun. This is a magnificent depiction of a rhetorical technique known as personification. So well done to all the speakers. Congratulations. And back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you so kindly. We now go on to the timekeeper to give us her report. Timekeeper, please. Do we have your report?
Thank you very much, the General Evaluator. We managed time very well today because we are just a few minutes after 5 p.m. and we have already finished the educational segment of the meeting. For the speakers and the evaluators, they all spoke within time allotted to them. And as we go on into the meeting, I would like everybody to be conscientious with the usage of time. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We now go into the evaluation of the entire meeting. Thumbs up if you have enjoyed yourself during the course of this meeting. In fact, I did. It was simply a scintillating deliberation. The meeting started quite on time, 4 p.m. on the dot, which was very good. Our indefatigable Sergeant of Arms, T.M. Omotosho, read the National Pledge and the Toastmasters Pledge and acquainted the audience with the ground rules. The role players were quite on time, except those who were not able to make it. Those who came did so well. From all indications, both the role players and the speech and the speakers came in their irrepressible style and spoke with panache. That was commendable. Distraction, the only distraction we had was inability of our connectivity. The joke master, Fumi Omotosho, gave us her ribs-breaking joke and livened the audience. In all, the meeting was quite exciting. Well done, everyone. The Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Today's meeting has been quite resplendent, and I'd like to salute all Toastmasters, astute Toastmasters, for their irrepressible ability to perform their roles. The meeting was quite remarkable. Your hands are raised, TM Craig. Would you like to say something? Please go ahead. Of course,
please. We have omitted the quiz master, please. Kindly relinquish control to her to evaluate our listening skills.
Quiz master, over to you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Quiz master, please.
Okay, thank you, Madam General.
Report. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. To test your listening skills, I have 3 short questions to ask. Number 1 question. Tien Ebon spoke on which of the following titles? Option A, The Toast of a New Beginning. Option B, Fresh Beginning. Option 3 and option C, New Beginning.
I will go with the first option A.
Option A, wrong.
Okay, I accept.
It's C. Everybody should know
Option
that's C.
C.
C, correct. During the educational segment, TM Ebon also made mention of the SMART goals. Who can tell me what the A and the T stand for?
Actionable. The A stands for actionable.
Wrong.
Achievable. Achievable.
Yes, correct.
Achievable.
Correct. Yes.
Time bound. The T.
Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. I think so.
Yeah, correct. And during TM Craig's speech, he made mention that he was called back then in 2010 to host a TV station. Who can tell me the name of that TV station as far back as 2010? The name of the TV station. You say what?
Galaxy.
Oh, Galaxy. Thank you so much, Madam.
Madam of the day, because you're not sure who to hand over to. I'll take the well done, quiz master, well done. We're going to the award segment now. I'd like to invite the trophy master to please announce the results and present awards of excellence. Trophy master, sound please. Who are you presenting the awards to?
Thank you for that reminder. I never knew my microphone was still on mute. Madam Toastmaster of the day, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, irrepressible guests. We have voted while some votes were not. Others were counted, and we all have voted. As the best speaker award goes to Toastmaster Ebu de Almeida. Please, drum rolls, please. I shall display your certificate.
TM, I hope you're seeing your certificate.
Yes, Best Speaker Award goes to Toastmaster Ebu de Almeida, while the Evaluator Award goes to DTM Abayomi Ayeshimoju. Congratulations to the both of you on this meritorious award. Over to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you so much. And congratulations to the recipients of the awards. Excellence needs to be celebrated, so we celebrate you. Well done. I've come to the end of my task today, and I'd like to relinquish the lectern to the president so that we can have our club business deliberations. It's been awesome today. Over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Denike, for your very, very astute and irrepressible way that you've anchored the meeting and steered us to this penultimate session of the engagement. Ladies and gentlemen, irrepressible ladies and gentlemen of Mary Toastmasters Club, I welcome you all to the business segment of today's meeting. Before we proceed, I'd like to confirm that this meeting has reached a quorum. We have at least 5 members of the executive committee present, and at the last count, I saw at least 13 members out of registered 22 members of the club present. So this means that we've reached a quorum and can hold a business meeting. I am pleased to welcome you to this meeting, which has just one item on the agenda, and that item is to inaugurate the Mary Toastmasters Club Leadership Nomination Committee. Why is this necessary? Come the 1st of July 2022, a new executive committee will take over from the incumbent committee. Suffice it to say, we are always on the lookout to get officers who would succeed the incoming administration that would not only equal but surpass the achievements of the preceding executive committee. I like to let us all know the terms of reference of this committee. Simple terms of reference. First, to inform and make every member aware of the process of electing new leaders into our executive committee. Whatever information that would be necessary to let people know who is eligible, how the process will go about. That's one of the terms of reference. Also, hello, please, if you are not muted, please can you mute yourself? Zoom Master, can you help us do that? Thank you very much. Second term of reference, to identify candidates who they think are good enough and eligible to run for these offices. Another term of reference, to consult these candidates and obtain their willingness to run for the office. And the fourth, to nominate those who they feel are the best fits for the respective offices. Now, I hereby set the 2021-2022 Merit Toastmasters Club Leadership Nomination Committee with our immediate past presidents, distinguished Toastmaster Monishola Ayeshimoju, as the chairman of this committee. The chairman of the Club Leadership Nomination Committee is free to adopt up to 3 more members to serve with her in this committee. And at this point, I declare that the 2021-2022 Merit Toastmasters Club Leadership Nomination Committee has been inaugurated. I thought you'd clap to that. Thank you, everyone. Now I'd like to invite the chairman of that committee to say a few words in accepting her inauguration as the chairman of the committee and whatever else she feels the members of the club need to know at this point. Distinguished Toastmaster Monishola Ayeshimoju, please step to the screen. Thank you very much.
My president, Toastmasters, and all our leaders in the house. It is indeed an honor to be given this responsibility. A responsibility which I take with joy and with ease, because I know that at Merit Toastmasters is all for one and one for all. So I know I'm not alone. Everybody, every member of Merit Toastmasters has envisioned that Our good must be better, and our better must be our best. We keep marching, raising the bar. We are in this club focused on the mission of Toastmasters, that we should improve on ourselves and give to other members. And in the voluntary exchange that will occur, that the club does not only grow, but that we break through beyond our boundaries. With this in mind, I'm sure that every member of this club is mindful of our Toastmasters promise that we shall respond when we are called upon to do so. I thank all of our executives today. I appreciate so much that each and every one of the executive member has put into the growth of this club to date to ensure that Merit Toastmasters remains meritorious. My president,
I did not know I was still muted. Thank you very much, our immediate past president and the chairman of our club leadership nomination committee. I am very, very confident that with you as the chairman and at the helm of affairs of this leadership nomination committee, we are going to identify and elect the most apposite candidates to fill the roles come July 2022. Now, the next thing I would like to do before I share a couple of announcements and then we adjourn the meeting would be to do something that is a little bit extraordinary, but very important. Permit me to a moment to share my screen. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
We.
Wonderful. So I want to take a few moments to appreciate this wonderful lady that you can all see on the screens. Now, she is, without mincing words, one of the most committed members of our club. She is an embodiment of the theme of today's meeting, Don't Stop Believing. This lady is in her 70s. She has retired from various professions, but she has that in her to always believe in herself, to always take the next step, to never stop, to never settle. That is why in her later years, she joined Toastmasters to improve her communication skills. And she did not just join, she participated actively. She has earned a Competent Communicator Award in the traditional program, which is now rested, and she didn't stop there. After the new program, the Pathways educational curriculum, which is an online-based educational program, came up, she took the plunge and registered and of course started that journey. And she has achieved level 1 proficiency on her innovative planning path. I want us to see her as a beacon, see her as an inspiration, see her as that which we should all aim forward to, that there is no point that we are old unless we agree that we are old. There is no place that we have achieved all that we feel we can achieve, that there is no more to achieve. Please, let's all unmute our microphones and give a resounding applause to this very irrepressible lady, the ebullient Toastmaster Lucy Chima. Congratulations, Toastmaster Lucy Chima. We are happy to have you amongst us. Thank you for being part of us.
Thank you for all that is showered on me.
You're welcome, man. Now to a few announcements. Just to inform the club, the second round of the club officers training comes up at the end of this month, precisely on the 29th and the 30th of January. Our club officers are going to represent the club at that event. And of course, they're going to bring those learnings back to improve the quality of club engagements. Secondly, our next meeting is going to be a hybrid meeting. It's going to be principally at a physical location, which is 17B Molade Ukoya Thomas Crescent in an estate called Merit Residences off Adeni Jones Avenue, Ikeja. However, there will be a Zoom link like this for the few people who might be unable to make it to that event. I implore everyone, please make plans to be available physically at that meeting, which holds on the 27th of January 2022, exactly 2 weeks from now. And having said all of that, I think all that is left is gratitude in my heart, and I like to appreciate our Toastmasters who have visited from other clubs. The Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Adenike Kulawale, Toastmaster Francis Ehiabi. We have here the president of Pesetas Toastmasters Ibadan, Toastmaster Femi Ogunlana. We have here the club growth director of Division E, Toastmaster Abdul Rahim Oreba. We are very happy to have in the meeting today Toastmaster Emmanuel Ayeni, Toastmaster Choma Emefiana, intending Toastmaster Choma Emefiana is here with us. And I noticed some names that some of them I haven't heard before, and I believe they are guests. And in just a moment, they'll have a chance to share a few words with us. I saw Jennifer Madu, Abigail Keke, Hamid Uko, Tunji, and Aderonke Ige. Ladies and gentlemen, all the guests that joined us, we are happy to have you here. Welcome to our family, and want to reassure you that this place that you've come here today is not by mistake. It's actually one of the best places that you could, and one of the best ways you could spend a Thursday evening. We all come here 2 times in a month, the second and the fourth Thursdays of the month from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. And we do variations of what you've witnessed today. We practice prepared speeches, we practice impromptu speeches, although we did not have an impromptu speech session today. We also, after doing this, we go away with inspiration, help us to improve and be better speakers and be better leaders and be better individuals. So I invite you to join us at our next meeting on the 27th of January. But before that, please stay on the call and say a few words in introducing yourself. And at this point, thank you all for coming. I'd like to move a motion for this meeting to be adjourned until the 27th of January 2022. Anyone to second that motion?
Seconded.
Second. Oh, sorry.
Seconded.
Who is seconding the motion, please?
Seconded.
I'm Monisola Ayishmoju. Second the motion that this meeting should be adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you very much, IPP. Over to you, our Vice President membership, please. Can you coordinate the introduction of the guests? Thank you very much. Toastmaster Dalmenda, are you there? Okay. Please, can you help us or introduce the guests? Invite the guests to say a few words, please.
Okay. Thank you, DTM Kubiyanga. Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and our dear guests. Please, do we have any guests on the call at this time? You can unmute your mic. We would like to get to know you. Good evening. Do we have any guests in the house? We would like to get to know you.
Here. Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Hamid Tukur, and I'm joining you from the Czech Republic. I got the invitation to this meeting from the English Club of Dr. Craig Esode. So I've been following Toastmasters for quite a while, but I'm presently planning to join the club here in Prague. Thank you. It was a nice meeting.
Thank you. I mean, it's a pleasure meeting you here.
Same.
Okay, so you said you can join us here at Merit Toastmasters.
I don't know how to keep up with the event because I'm far away, and if it's possible, why not? Because I think I feel more comfortable joining Nigerian Toastmasters Club, and that's where I always get information through Dr. Craig and all of that.
Okay. So Mr. Hamid, if you do not mind, we'll probably reach out to you. Maybe you could send us. Fine. Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay, thank you. So please share your contact details, and then we can follow up after this meeting.
Rest assured, I'll do that.
Thank you. So do we have any other fantastic guests in the house?
Good evening to you all.
Good evening.
My name is Odusola Joseph.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't quite catch that name.
My name is Odusola Joseph.
Oh, Mr. Odusola. Good evening, sir. Welcome to Merit Toastmasters.
Thank you very much. It was a very beautiful meeting, and it's something I always look for every day. Ever since I discovered the Toastmaster through my inquisitive reading, and I got this address through Mr. FK, Mr. Femi Kolajo. Hello, are you with me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay.
I got the meeting through Mr. FK, Mr. Kolajo. So it's something that I look forward to. I would like to join.
Okay, so we'll be happy to have you here at Merit Toastmasters. So if you don't mind, you could send me a direct message, or I'll send you a message now, so you could just respond.
All right.
Yeah, so that'll be nice. So we can have your details and we can follow up. So do we have any other fantastic guests in the house?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Welcome to Merit.
Thank you. My name is Jennifer Madu. I am a recent law graduate of the University of Lagos. I got to know about Toastmasters from my dad, who is also a Toastmaster, and I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Okay. So Jennifer,
can you turn on your video? We'd like to see you. If you don't mind, please.
Okay. My room is a bit dark.
Okay, it's fine. So hope we can reach out to you if you have legal issues.
Yes, you can.
Problem. So I'll probably send you a direct message, or you can send to me, and then we'll follow up after this call. I hope that's fine.
Yes, that's fine.
So nice meeting you, Jennifer. So do we have any other guests, our fantastic guests who would like to get to know you and meet you here at Mary Toastmasters?
Yeah,
Hi, all.
hello, good evening. Okay, I'll leave you to talk.
No, ladies first. You can go ahead. You have the stage.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Abigail Okeke, and I'm a guest today. I'm joining for the first time. I finished from University of Lagos, and I currently work somewhere in Ikeja.
Okay. Hi, Abigail. Are you still on call?
Yes, I am.
Okay, we lost you for a minute there.
Oh, okay, sorry, a call came in. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so I joined Toastmaster. I checked online because I have this anxiety speaking. I have this, well, I call it a phobia for public speaking. And I am like a senior staff where I work, but my only problem is if you want to kill me, just call me out to come and talk. Like you just like, that is my biggest weakness. And it's something I battled with for last year, and I'm being called for meetings, and I have a nice presentation, but just standing in front, I'm already like sweating, and it's really something that bothered me a lot. Then I started reading up on things online. Then somehow I saw Toastmaster, and then I started checking the one around me. I saw Mary Toastmaster Club. I saw a number there. I called, and it happens to be Mr. Kubiyanga, if I'm correct with the name, and he already did like an introduction and told me that there's a meeting today. And even now, as I'm speaking now, I feel like I'm having the anxiety, even though it's a video call, like it's that bad. But I really hope that joining the club would make me better. And I hope that with time, I would see improvement and everyone around me too. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Okay. So thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Abigail. Not too long ago, I was actually in those shoes. So I would not even be able to, you've taken a brave step by even speaking. Before now, my heart would be so loud. I'm sure everybody would have been hearing by now. I won't be able to say anything because I will be so afraid. So that's how I used to be. And Mary Toastmasters has actually helped me. So you're in the right place, and you will only see improvements from here on. So don't worry, we are going to slay all those presentations. They'll be calling you back to back. Yeah. So yeah, you're in the right place.
Thank you.
Yes. So do we have any other guests in the house?
Yes, good evening to you all. My name is Olufemi Ogulano. This is my third time in joining the meeting. I've been off and on. I'm trying to keep up really to make sure I can come into every meeting and also be a full-time member, and also improve my communication skills actually. And basically I'm an architect, so and I do a lot of presentation, and I found out that ability to present is key at the stage or level I've gotten to right now. So that's where I am. Thank you.
Thank you. We all need to be able to communicate better, so we can come and get more awesome architectural design or masterpieces, right?
Why not? Why not, if not?
That's fantastic. So any other guests in the house?
Just my side, I think there is a hand up.
Yes. Okay. Unfortunately, it's a number 427-889. Is that the number to our Swiss account? Your hand is up. You can unmute yourself and speak. We would love to hear your awesome voice. 427-889. Are you with us on this call? Okay. Maybe it's the number to his account. So probably he or she will send us a message, and then perhaps we can take it from there. So I want to thank all. Do we have anybody speaking? Yeah, thank all our guests, and hopefully future fantastic, wonderful, awesome, irrepressible Toastmasters in the nearest future. But please, I realize that some of us have not sent me a message because, like we talked about SMART goals, the first step at least is for you to reach out, and you've done the first step actually. So the next step is just for us to be able to exchange contacts, and then we can take it from there, and so that we can help you achieve your best year yet, if possible. So I think at this point, I will hand over the virtual lectern to our very dashing, debonair-looking president, DTM Kubi. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Ebu. Thank you also to everyone that joined us today, all the guests that left whatever else they could be doing this evening to be a part of this meeting. We are happy that you joined us. And like Toastmasters had said, all of us here did not come to join Merry Toastmasters in the form that we are today, but rather it is this club and other Toastmasters clubs that have molded us and helped us improve our communication skills, our leadership skills, our interpersonal skills to the level we are at now. And of course, we keep on polishing these skills. And that's exactly what you're going to gain when you join us as a member. You will lose that glossophobia, those jitters, those flutters in your tummy whenever you have to present to a group of people. You'll become more confident in yourself and in your ability to present effectively. You learn the tricks of presentation, those things that you see other speakers do and you admire. You become able to do those things. And beyond all of that, you have richer interpersonal relationships, and you might even forge very strong and lasting connections with members of this club and other Toastmasters in other clubs. So we invite you to not just end this adventure here, but make it a lifelong adventure. And the next step is in us having your contact details to advise you on steps that it takes to become a full member. So please do not leave without ensuring that you have sent us your numbers. I think the VP membership has also shared our numbers to you. So if you prefer to reach out to us, send us a message, please do so, and we will guide you on how to become a member and how to, of course, achieve your communication goals this year and beyond. Thank you everyone for coming. I wish you all a wonderful and restful evening, and of course, a brilliant weekend ahead. Good night.
Okay, sorry, DTM Kubi, just a second. We've shared our details just in case you probably want to reach out to us directly. So I think we'll just wait a few seconds to have anyone who would like to just take those numbers or our email address.
Oh, definitely.
Contact
We're not
us.
going to end it. Okay, thank you. We're not going to end the meeting immediately. Yes.
Okay.
I think while we are ending the meeting, it just occurred to me that I'm a guest actually at Merry Toastmasters Club. This is my first time attending the meeting.
That is the vote at CGD.
Yes, exactly. Distinguished Toastmaster Kubi Danga, I saw your message on the group, and that's when I joined it. So I got a message from Toastmaster Ebun saying that if I was a guest or not, I said I'm a Toastmaster. Because when people started talking, now it occurred to me that this is my first time at the club. You know, so it's really nice to be here. And I think one takeaway for me is this: the diversity of your members is rich. You have the young, the undergraduates, the graduates, the elderly, the patrons, the veterans. I've not seen a club with that mix. I'm totally jealous right now. Totally jealous. Totally jealous. I can't hide it. So thank you very much to our patrons, our veterans for attending this meeting. It's always good to see that, and also see the young ones coming in. I don't know, maybe what I'll do is I'll talk with Kubi and see how we can borrow, steal, or extract some of you for some of our meetings.
I have a better idea, okay. I think maybe you should join us as a dual member. You would just
oh, they like the fees. Remember the club group director, so I rather take the money to the division.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by today. So glad that you joined us today.
No, thank you so much. Hello, work. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, TM Francis.
Toastmaster Fumi Omotosho.
Thanks very much for coming, for offering to serve in our club today. We appreciate you.
I'm afraid I can't hear what you are saying, Toastmaster Fumi. Your voice is very faint.
Oh, I said thank you for offering to serve in our club today.
Of course, the honor is mine, Madam. I'm always glad to serve in merit meetings because there's always a lot for me to learn whenever I'm here in merit. So whenever I'm being called upon to serve, I'm always jubilating.
Oh, thanks very much. We appreciate you.
So we still have 427-889. If you still want to talk to us, maybe it's a phone. If it's a phone, you still want to unmute the microphone and speak, because earlier on we saw you raise your hand. Congratulations once again, everybody. I will send you your award certificate to you. Please print it.
Hello?
Behind you. Oh, hello. Yes.
Can you hear me, please? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you very much. My name is Osama. I'm now newly introduced to this program by one of my friends.
Okay. Go ahead, please. We are listening.
I just joined you this evening.
So how did you see the meeting? Would you like to become a Toastmaster?
Yes, very interesting. I like the meeting. Very, very interesting. Normally, I do Arabic. I do study Arabic language as a course, and I'm here just to improve myself in the communication skills.
Okay, Toastmaster Ebundi Ameda will talk to you on how to always join the meeting and what to do to improve your leadership and public speaking skills. Toastmaster Ebundi Ameda.
Thank you very much. I've sent my number to you.
Yes.
Something. Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, I've received.
Okay, and my email address. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I think we are about covered all the guests at this point. Yeah, I think we've covered all the guests.
Yes.
Yes.
All the guests, they have all spoken.
Yeah, so I think we can round up this segment. If I don't know what the president thinks.
The president is gone. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
From me, it's goodbye and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Have a beautiful evening. And then we'll be reaching out to our guests, our fantastic guests.
Thank you.
Our irrepressible guest.
Thank you. All right, goodbye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye.